Good morning, students. Welcome you again in our today's session. In our yesterday's lecture, we learned or we are started with the chapter number 14, ecosystem and energy flow. And in our today's lecture, we are going to start with, in our yesterday's lecture, we saw or we learned the ecological succession. And from today, or in today's lecture, we are going to start with the next topic of the same chapter, that is the primary section and the secondary primary succession and the secondary succession. Okay, let us start with the first. The present day communities in the world have come to be because of the succession that has occurred over millions of years since life started on the earth. The present day community म्हणजे जे आजचे आपल्याला दिसणारं वर्ल्ड आहे हे वर्ल्ड एका दिवसात तयार झालेले नाहीये. ते लाखो करोडो वर्षांपासून त्या अर्थवर रोज सक्सेशन द्वारे इयर अँड इयर फॉर्म होऊन अडॅप्ट होऊन आजचं आपल्याला प्रेझेंट कम्युनिटी जे ती पाहायला मिळते. Succession is hence a process that starts where no living organism, here the word is most important, that is no living organism. Earlier there is no living organism on the earth were present before, like on a newly formed volcano island. This is called the primary succession. When there is a no living organism present before, like on a newly formed of volcanic island, is called as the primary succession. The another example of area where primary succession occur are newly cooled lava, rock, and newly created pond or reservoir. These are the some identical example or easy example to understand what is primary succession. The establishment of new biotic community is generally very slow. Before a biotic community of diverse organisms can become established, there must be soil. Okay, soil is one of the most important factor in case of the succession or the development or in community. Depending mostly on the climate, it takes natural process several hundred to several thousand years to produce fertile soil on barren rock or bare rock. Okay, as we know that how the soil formation takes place. In your 11th standard, you studied about the lichens. What are lichens? What is the main role of lichen in case of the ecology? Lichens grow on the barren rock. They secrete some important kinds of acids. They secrete the acid, and due to the reaction of this acid and the rock, there is the formation of pedogenesis, that is the formation of soil. The term is called as pedogenesis. What is pedo? Pedo means soil, genesis means formation. Formation of soil takes place with the help of lichens. When these lichens grow on the barren rock, due to the acid, secretion of that particular acid, carbonic and oxalic acid, I think, this acid create or form the soil from that barren rock. And depending mostly on the climate, it takes natural process several hundred, several thousand years to produce fertile soil on the barren rock. Here bare rock automatically तयार होतात का? नाही. Here lichen play important role. Naturally, ecologically पाहिलं तर या ठिकाणी lichen जे आहे ते likenचा important role पाहायला मिळतो आपल्याला. Next, secondary succession. Secondary succession begin in areas where natural biotic communities have been destroyed, such as in abundant farmland, burned or cut forest, lands that have been flooded, etc. Since some soil or sediments is present, succession is faster than in primary succession. Here, the secondary succession is faster as compared to the primary succession, because in primary succession, as I earlier told you, the soil formation which requires several to 1,000 years for the formation of soil, but in case of secondary succession, it takes few years or few time to be developed or for the succession. Description of ecological succession usually focus on change in vegetation. However, these vegetational changes in turn affect food and shelter for various type of animal. Thus, a succession proceed on numbers and types of animal and decomposer also change. I repeat, succession proceed and the number and the type of animal and decomposers are the change. Next, at any time during primary and the secondary succession, natural or human induced disturbance at any time during primary or secondary succession, naturally or human induced disturbance, for example, fire असेल, deforestation, etc., can convert a particular seral stage of succession to an earlier previous preceding stage. Okay, म्हणजे ज्या ठिकाणी नॅचरली असेल किंवा मॅनमेड असेल सक्सेशन डेव्हलपमेंट जी चालू असेल त्या डेव्हलपमेंट जर कुठे अडथळा आला असेल ड्यू टू द फॉर एक्झाम्पल फायर असेल डिफॉरेस्टेशन त्या ठिकाणी त्यांचं ती डेव्हलपमेंट स्टॉप होते आणि ती स्टॉप झाल्यानंतर इट कॅन कन्वर्ट टू अ पर्टिक्युलर सेरल स्टेज ऑफ सक्सेशन टू अन अर्लियर ऑर प्रिव्हियस प्रिसाइडिंग स्टेज. पुन्हा पाठीमागून पुन्हा त्यांना त्या ठिकाणी त्यांची डेव्हलपमेंट पहिल्यापासून सुरू करावी लागते. इज दॅट क्लिअर? ऑल्सो सच डिस्टर्बन्स क्रिएट अ न्यू कंडिशन आणि त्याचाच परिणाम काय होतो? It creates a new condition that encourage some species and discourage or eliminate other species. For example, जर डिफॉरेस्टेशन झाले असेल तर त्या ठिकाणी असणारे जे काही ॲनिमल्स असतील त्या ॲनिमल्स ऑटोमॅटिकली त्यांचं फूड शेल्टर जे आहे ते पूर्ण डिस्ट्रॉय होणार. त्या ठिकाणी असणारे डिपेंडेड ऑर्गॅनिझम्स आहेत की जे पर्टिक्युलर ऑर्गॅनिझम डिपेंड आहेत ते त्यांना त्या ठिकाणी सगळ्यात मोठ्या प्रमाणात नुकसान झालेलं आपल्याला पाहायला मिळतं आणि त्यामुळे ऑटोमॅटिकली हे जे कंडिशन तयार होती की ज्याच्यामध्ये एक ते डिस्टर्बन्स आणि ह्या डिस्टर्बन्समुळे एक तर ते स्वतःमध्ये अडॅप्टेशन करून एनकरेज होतात नाही तर त्या ठिकाणी ते डिस्करेज होतात आणि त्यांची स्पीसीज कायमची एलिमिनेट केली जाते किंवा त्या पर्टिक्युलर एरियामधली एलिमिनेट होती. ओके, दिस इज ऑल अबाउट दी disturbance which are created new conditions and also eliminate the other species. Now the succession of plant. Let us give one of the example, that is the succession of plant. Based on the nature of the habitat, where it is water or very wetland area, succession of plant is called hadarch, that is the hadrosphere. Okay, based on the nature of the habitat where they are present. Habitat where they are in the water, as they are present in water. Hydro means water. Hadarch, they are present, or the succession of plant which are take place in the water, that is they are also known as the hydrosphere. Or it is on the very dry area, absence of water. Succession of plant is called as xeric. ज्या ठिकाणी water ने xerophytic condition. Okay, xerocere. Hadarch succession takes place in water area and the successional series progress from hydric to the mesic condition. As against this, xeric succession takes place in dry area and the series progress from xeric to mesic condition. Okay, hence both the Hadrach and the Xerox succession lead to medium water condition, that is the mesic condition, neither too dry, that is xeric, or no too wet, that is hydric. Okay, succession of plant means there are lots of water is there, they get converted or proceed to the progress to the some condition that is known as the mesic. And in case of xeric condition where there is a dry condition or dry wetland, again these are progress from the xeric to the mesic. Means here in both cases the mesic is the middle point or middle stage of that particular hydra or the water or the wetland areas. Hence both hydras and xeric succession lead to medium water condition, that is the mesic condition, neither too dry or not too wet. The species that invade a bare area is called as pioneer species. The species that invade a bare area, barren rock, bare area, ज्या ठिकाणी काहीच नाहीये त्या ठिकाणी त्याला काय म्हणलं जातं पायोनियर, की तिथे कोणी ऑर्गॅनिझम किंवा प्लांट्स ॲनिमल्स आपल्याला पाहायला मिळत नाहीयेत, ते एकमेकांवर डिपेंड व्हावं लागतं, ती एरिया म्हणजे काय पायोनियर्स. Next, this is the one of the very important diagrammatic representation of xeric succession of plant. What is xeric condition? Here, very dry land. In case of very dry, for example, bare rock, very dry land. In case, as we saw in that particular diagram, barren rock, dry area. Here, the rocks are present. I earlier told you lichens which play important role in soil formation, that is a pedogenesis. Okay, on that barren rock the lichens are grow due to the chemical composition or chemical reaction, due to the formation of that acid. These barren rock, with the help of this lichen, they produces soil. Okay, this is the pioneer stage. Okay, they produces this soil. Now, due to this soil or with the help of this soil, small annual plants and lichens are grown in particular area. Then they proceed to the further stage, that is the perennial herb or the grasses. Next, again they are in the intermediate stage. Here the grasses, shrub, shade tolerant trees are developed, or the production of that particular stage is development over here. And last, at the climax community, the shade tolerant trees are there. Means from the xeric to the mesic condition. Okay, this is the one of the important or the ideal example of the xeric succession of the plant. In that succession, from xeric condition to the mesic condition, here from the barren rock, lichens, small plants, perennial, herb, shrub, and the shade tolerant trees are developed. Means from the pioneer stage to the climax community. Okay, this is all about our today's lecture. In our today's lecture, we learn the important thing, that is the primary succession, which is developed several hundred to the several thousand years to produce fertile soil on the barren rock. Next, we saw the secondary succession. Secondary succession is the faster than that of the primary succession. Then we learn about the succession of plant. Here the two examples are there, Hadrach and xeric. In between these two, the middle or the intermediate stage that they form, that is the mesic. From Hadrach to mesic, or from xeric to mesic. And the one of the important diagrammatic representation of that particular Hadrach and the xeric, or the secondary or primary succession, is clearly shown in this particular picture, from barren rock to the shade tolerant plant. Okay, here the development of the plant takes place. This is all about our today's lecture. I hope you understood our today's lecture. In our next lecture, we are going to learn about the next topic of particular chapter. Till then, do study and complete your notes with the help of this PPT. Thank you.